Trojan Sports Now.
Hello and welcome to Trojan Sports Now. I'm Jamal Kennedy.
And I'm Khadija Torbert. Stick around as we bring you the latest news and scores from Troy Athletics. The Trojan baseball team took the field over the weekend against conference opponent Appalachian State and went for the series sweep on Sunday afternoon. Jamal Kennedy has the highlights.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That wild pitch brought home the winning run in the 12th inning of a 3-2 Trojan victory over the Mountaineers of Appalachian State on Sunday afternoon.
You know, we found a way to score 2 in the ninth, and we didn't get a hit to do it. We just kind of kept pushing the next guy up there, and so I was proud of the way we kind of hung in there and found a way to get that game tied. And then I was really proud of our team in extra innings. We didn't get flustered. They had some base runners. We made pitches. We made plays. And then fortunately in the 12th, we got a guy on to start an inning, got him to third base, and then we were fortunate to get the run to win the game.
The offense was a little slow to start, only scratching 2 hits into the 9th inning, where they were able to work some counts and draw walks with the help of some hit-by pitches and eventually tie the game.
Well, I thought their starting pitcher was really good. He threw great. We didn't do anything with him. We had a couple of hits through 9 innings, and most of that was against him. He was terrific, and you know, somehow we just didn't look like we were fresh today. We looked a little sluggish.
The bullpen was burned after the first 2 games of the series. Insert Lucas Brown, who tossed non-solid innings of ball, only allowing 2 runs on 8 hits.
You know, I was hoping for 7. That's a target we always set for our starters. And he cruised through the 7th and said he was good. He cruised through the 8th, and I asked him after the 8th, how you feel? And he said, Coach, I'm good. I'm ready to go. And his pitch count was right. So it wasn't an issue of, you know, after the 9 innings when we tied it, it was an easy deal. He was done. He was through. He had done his work. But great, important outing for him to get 9 innings today.
Corey Gill tossed the final 3 innings of the game, allowing only 1 hit to the 12 total batters he faced. Jamal Kennedy, Trojan Sports Now.
The Trojans were out hit by the Mountaineers 9-5, but 5 different Trojans had hits on the day, and Trevor Davis had the lone RBI and extra base hit, his 7th double of the year. That win improved Troy's win streak to 6 games.
While many of us were cuddled up in our beds, the Trojan baseball team stayed out pretty late Tuesday night with the home matchup against Jacksonville State. And wait until you hear how long this game was. Xavier Harris has all the highlights from Tuesday's game.
It was the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. It was a 16-inning heartbreak for the Trojans in Tuesday night's loss against the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State.
You know, so I was really proud of our team's fight, and you know, they scored 1 in the 11th. We tied it up. Saw a lot of great things, a lot of great at-bats, a lot of great defensive plays around the field. And I give Jacksonville State credit. They fought like crazy after giving up the lead. They hung in there and fought. And, you know, a little fly ball to right field that snuck out of here ended up being the difference in the game. So I'm really proud of our team, the way they competed.
The Trojans got off to a slow start defensively. It didn't show up in the first stat book, but it was more than visible on the field. Of course, it could have just been the level of intensity that Jacksonville State brought with them.
We beat Jack State 10-0 at their place, so you could tell they had a little fire in them tonight. You could tell that right from the jump. They jumped on us, but 2-0 right away. Bam, 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 swinging the bat, and you know, so you give them credit for getting off to a good start.
Fast forward to the 7th inning, where the Trojans got some key hits with 2 outs to cut their deficit from a 6-1 score to a 6-5 score.
Well, it was all with 2 outs. You know, we got bases loaded, 2 outs, and Dennison had a big 2-out single, and then T.J. Bender had a big single to score a run. Then Brody got a big single to score a run. Then Matt Sanders singled, and they made a nice throw to throw us out at the plate, and a great play on both sides. So, you know, we come up 1 run short, and then we rally again to tie it, and I was really proud of that.
Despite the loss, it's the competitive edge he saw from his team that they have to take with them on the road.
We need to take that same fight that we developed these last few games here at home on the road with us. It's harder to win on the road. You got to play harder. You got to play better, and I hope our team's ready for that.
The loss ends the Trojans' 6-game winning streak, and they end their homestand with a 7-2 record. Xavier Harris, Troy Trojan Vision Sports.
Brody Bender led the way offensively with a 4-for-7 night and 1 RBI, while Joey Dennison had 3 RBIs, 3 hits, and scored 2 runs. Brendan Lockridge had 3 hits, scored 2 runs, and drove in 1. He was the only Trojan that had an extra base hit with a double in the 15th inning.
The Trojan softball team hit the road over the weekend for a series against the Warhawks of Louisiana Monroe. The Trojans swept the Warhawks in a doubleheader on Saturday and looked to keep the momentum going in Sunday's third and final game of the series. The Trojans fell to Louisiana Monroe by a final of 2-0, but both teams were scoreless leading into the bottom half of the fifth inning until the Warhawks took the first run of the game by stealing home. And after a single up the middle, the Warhawks scored yet again, handing the Trojans their 14th loss of the season. Assistant coach Taylor Smart says that with 2 wins on Saturday and a loss on Sunday, the Trojans still won the series, but there was still room for much improvement.
So we just got to keep, continuing to eliminate the big inning and allow us to, score when runners are on and put people in positions to be successful to do that.
Ashley Rainey suffered the loss in the circle for the Trojans. She gave up the runs on 6 hits, 4.2 innings of work.
The Troy softball team was back in action at home Wednesday evening after a split weekend against ULM. The Trojans competed in a rainy matchup against the Bulldogs of Samford University. Khadija Torbert has the highlights from Wednesday's game.
The Troy softball team definitely showcased the slogan of the year of fight and finish in the midweek game Wednesday against Samford University with a powerful 6-inning scoring. The Trojans did lose by a final score of 8-6 to the Bulldogs, but head coach Beth Mullen says her team needs to learn how to start off strong in order to actually finish the ball game.
We just couldn't pull it out. We didn't really do a good job of starting the game very fast. We kind of waited till the 5th inning to show up, and when you do that, you're putting yourself in a tough situation. We've been struggling offensively recently in the last couple weeks, and I think we're never out of a ball game, and I don't think our girls ever think we are, but we've got to do a better job of having quality at bats at the beginning of the game, and we should never get put in the spot that we got put in. We lost in all pretty much aspects of the game, so that's kind of what happens.
Although it was a loss, the Trojans proved to never count them out of a game. The bullpen came in early and pitched pretty good showings. Meg Willis, who made action plays, and let's not forget Carly Kaler's base-clearing double that tied the game 6-6, is what Mullen says ultimately kept the Trojans competing.
It's key. That's kind of what we've been doing is, Rainey and Claire have been starting the games, and then Peyton's been coming in and getting some quality innings, and Meg has too, and hitting's contagious. I thought Meg Willis did a really good job of coming out there and getting us a double, and then it just kind of went from there.
One player in particular says even though this may not have been the best game, she is thankful for the support of the fans, win or lose, rain or shine.
Anytime that you can get a crowd out when it's so nasty outside, it just shows that you have true fans that are willing to stick through it no matter what. So anytime you get a fan that'll do that, it's awesome.
Khadija Torbert, Trojan Sports Now.
Rebecca Leonard got the win in the circle for Samford. She came in relief of Molly Hanson and tossed 1 in the 3rd innings and didn't give up any runs. Peyton Glover suffered the loss for the Trojans. She gave up 5 runs on 6 hits and 3 innings pitched.
The Troy soccer team continued its spring season over the weekend, and all the action came Friday night when the Trojans welcomed Alabama. Alabama took 1-0 lead in the 23rd minute of the game, and shortly after increased the lead to 2-0. On the 72nd minute of the game, Troy's Brooke McGee scored a free kick from 35 yards out. The Trojans then went from 2 goals down to take a 3-2 lead after junior Abby Reynolds and Brooke McGee added 2 more goals to take down the Tide. Both teams tightened down defensively and limited chances on both ends. And then in the 72nd minute, Troy earned a free kick from 35 yards out, and freshman McGee was able to beat the keeper with a great strike from the distance.
The outdoor track and field team was in action over the weekend in North Carolina, coming in 3rd place at the Bill Carson Invite at East Carolina on Saturday. The Trojans also sent a few new faces over to Auburn to compete in the Tiger Classic. Troy's highest finish came in the Tiger Classic came from junior Samantha Smith, who finished in 18th place. The Trojans will travel to Mobile this weekend to compete in the South Alabama Invitational on Friday and Saturday.
The men's tennis team closed up the regular season on Sunday at the Lunsford Tennis Complex. The Trojans fell 2 to conference opponents, losing to the Jaguars of South Alabama by a final score of 4-3 and falling to number 51 ranked Georgia State by a final of 4-1. However, with the 2 losses, the Troy Reserve snagged a 5-0 win over Florida A&M. Now that the regular season has come to a close, the Trojans now shift their focus to the Sun Belt Conference tournament.
Last week, the men's golf team concluded play at the Hootie at Bulls Bay, where they placed 10th overall. They didn't play their best round of golf, however, as head coach Matt Terry explains.
We didn't play very good. In our estimations, we did beat Kentucky, ranked 31st in the country. We were able to nip them the last day, but overall not where we wanted to finish our last regular season event heading into conference. But it's sometimes a good thing when those things happen. You get 2 weeks to prepare and get better and work on those things that we failed at.
The men's golf team still has one more week remaining before taking part in the Sun Belt Conference Championship.
Still to come on Trojan Sports Now, we'll have a preview of the Trojan softball team's upcoming weekend matchup against Texas State.
But first, Rod Renfro sits down with Troy women's golf junior phenom Fatima Fernandez-Kano. Stick around for more Trojan Sports Now.